Hi guys, we're going to be learning some things by video today. If you're one of Ms. Cohen-Hardy's students, welcome. I'm Ms. Dix. I'll be making the videos for you as well. You are expected to know this when you go back to school, so make sure you're taking notes. We are in this packet, the one that says multi-step equations, inequalities, and factoring on the front. This is what it looks like. And if you guys would turn to page 3, that's where we're going to start. I'm going to break this up into some smaller videos just so it's not so much to be overwhelming at once. So I'm going to work on page 3, stop the video, and then work on page 4. So it says graph the inequalities on the number lines and describe the possible solutions on the lines provided. So what we've been doing so far is solving equations, and you did a little bit of 1- and 2-step inequalities with Ms. Cohen-Hardy, I think, but we're finding that we need to review some of that because it's been a little while. So the first thing I want to practice is graphing, and so what we've had so far, we've been dealing with x equals 3, which means there's only one answer, and that answer is 3. But this says x is less than 3. Now, if you forget what your symbols mean, on page 4, there is a list of the symbols and how to say them. So you can always look there if you need it, but you'll need to know those by the test. So x is less than 3. So we're going to take a little bit of notes up here at the top. If you have a less than symbol or a greater than symbol, we are going to represent that with an open circle. And what that open circle means is you're getting really, really close to the number, but you're not actually touching the number. And I'll explain it more when we do a problem. But if you have a less than or equal to or a greater than or equal to, that's a closed circle. Misspelled closed, sorry. A closed circle, which means you're going to color it in. It means you're actually touching that circle. So let's do an example and show you. So if I'm asked to graph x is less than 3, you're going to go to 3, and since this does not have an equal to line under it, you are going to put an open circle at 3, and then we're saying x is less than 3. So there's a couple different ways you can learn how to shade. The way I prefer my students to know is that, okay, x is less than 3. The alligator's eating the 3. That means the 3 is the biggest number. So I'm going to shade all the numbers that are smaller than 3. So I look on each side of 3. Which side is smaller than 3? 2 or 4? 2 is smaller than 3. So I'm going to shade all of these, including the arrow on the end. And so what that means is our answer can be anything that is less than 3, any number. It can be 2.9, it could be 2, it could be 0, it could be -12, any number that is less than 3. So when it says describe the solution, so any number less than 3. For example, 2.9, 0, -5, -1,000,000, any number that is less than 3. Now what this open circle means is it's getting really close to 3. Like it can be 2.9 repeating, but it can't actually be 3. So think about it. If it's anyone who is less than 3 feet tall can ride this ride. You know, they always have the little kiddie area at the theme park. If you are exactly 3 feet tall, you would not be able to ride the ride. You have to be under that level. So that's what this means. X is greater than 3 is again going to be an open circle because it doesn't have that equal to line, but we're going to have to shade towards the numbers that are bigger than 3. So I ask myself, which one's bigger than 3, 2 or 4? 4 is bigger than 3. So I'm going to shade this way. So this is any number bigger or greater than 3. So it might be, for example, 3.5, 5, 100, 3,000, any number that is bigger than 3. So that would be an example of like you must be taller than 3 feet tall to ride this ride. So if you're 3 feet 1 inch, you can ride. If you're 10 feet tall, who's 10 feet tall, you can ride. So that's what this represents. So I remember the open circle you've seen on movies where your parents say, guys, they're talking to kids, just stop touching each other. And that one kid goes up to their sister, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. That means they're getting really, 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 really close, but they're not actually touching them. They're like, I'm not breaking the rule, but I'm getting really close. And that's what an open circle does. But then if we go over here to this closed circle, X is less than or equal to 3, that means it's close because it's actually touching 3. You can include 3 here. And it says less than. So less than means we're going to shade to the numbers that are smaller than 3. If you notice, that arrow looks like it's pointing to the left, and we're shading to the left. And you can go by that as long as the variable is on the left. If the variable is not on the left, you can't go with the direction that it's pointing. So this will be any number less than or equal to 3. It also includes 3. So that could be 3, 5, 10, 1,000, any number bigger than 3. And then the last one here, X is greater than or equal to 3. Again, because it has that line under it, that means equal to. You're going to put the closed circle. That's when the kid's like, yep, I am touching you. And then it says greater than or equal to 3, so the numbers to the right are greater than or equal to 3. And so this is how we shade or we draw all the answers, meaning any number that is in this shaded area, included the ones past that arrow, will be an answer to this problem. So any number, oh my goodness, on the last one, I made a mistake. These numbers are bigger than 3. I should have put 3, 2, 0, or negative 1,000. Please fix that. That was my mistake. I wish I had someone here to catch it. And then on this one, it's any number greater than or equal to 3. I hope I don't confuse anyone with what I said before. So that would be like things like 3, 5, 10, 1,000, 1,000,000, any number that's bigger than 3. So this is practice on shading, and we're going to do a little bit of practice with that, but I'll put the rest of the lesson in another video.